Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, or whatever it is for you. What a wonderful morning we are having again here in Nayarit, Mexico. It's just a gorgeous morning. It is not hot today. It's perfect. The weather is just perfect. I have posted the link in the chat. If someone would like to jump on board, you're welcome to do so. And I think I sent that link to Pete, which is not what he wants. I don't believe. Unless you want to come on board, Pete, I sent you the wrong link. I'm gonna quickly just go through and send the proper link to Pete because I sent him the wrong link. All right, so there we go. Just bear with me here. I apologize for this. Yes. But you know what they say, never waste a good mistake. The lesson in it is too valuable. Okay. Never waste a good mistake. The lesson in it is too valuable. All right, so this morning, I want to jump right in and with some affirmations because a positive life begins with a positive mindset, and today I want to direct my affirmations to what we're doing. More specifically, I know that we all need, we all want more money. That's a basic fact for humanity worldwide. The only thing is that we in this here case, I think we have people struggling to create cash flow with TBC, and the reason is when you struggle, the reason is that your mindset is not in tune with what you are trying to do. If that makes any sense, you want to create more cash flow, okay? And you want to create cash flow with TBC. All of this is true. But how do you think when you want to do this? Do you think, well, I don't really know how to do this. This is actually very difficult for me to learn how to communicate with people, how to begin with these icebreakers and all of that stuff. I don't know how to communicate with people on Facebook and many of these type of questions. And then when I do communicate with people on Facebook or whatever, well, then how can I get comfortable with when it comes to finally selling them some some coin. Well, I want to just do some affirmations on this kind of thing, because when you do affirmations, you can begin to tune in, and you need to do these affirmations a lot. You need to really do these a lot and convince your mind that you are getting good at it. You are getting good at it. You could just say that you are good at it, but to most of us that would seem like we're lying. And when your subconscious comes up and says, no, you're not, that's a lie, well, it's not going to accept that. It's not going to accept that affirmation. Okay? This is why we must approach affirmations with understanding. There's a very big difference between approaching affirmations, between doing it with understanding or doing it just because you've heard somebody mention it or whatever, or and they are excuse me here, I just needed to plug in my computer. Okay, so approaching this with understanding, and I'm actually going to pull up and refer to a biblical verse, to a verse about, where Jesus talked about this very same thing, about affirmations. What? Jesus talked about affirmations? Yes. Okay, so where would we get that from, right? Okay, let's listen to this. Jesus said, don't do vain repetitions as the heathen do. Don't do vain repetitions as the heathen do. What are repetitions? Because repetitions, when they are vain, meaning that you do them without understanding, meaning that you do them without a purpose behind them, as the heathen do. Now, the word heathen, what do we relate that to? Unbelievers. Okay? That's basically, those were heathen, unbelievers. So, how do we approach this in a proper way then, that we are doing it the way that Jesus was meant, what he was saying on how to do it? He said, don't do it like that. But when you pray to your Father who is in heaven. You pray to your Father who has brought you everything into your life so far. The one that's in your subconscious mind. So you go into your closet, you close the door. In other words, you block everything out from your mind, any sidetracking, anything that tracks that where your mind wants to dwell on, you bring it back, and you bring it right back into the closet, and you start talking to your own mind, and you say, I am getting good at conversing with people on Facebook. I'm getting good at this. I am getting good at starting a conversation on Facebook. I'm getting good at starting a conversation on Facebook. I'm getting very good at leading people to receive the gift. I'm getting very good at leading people to receive the gift on Facebook. I am also getting very good at working with people once they have received the gift. I'm also getting very good at working with people once they have received the gift. And I am getting very good at getting people to feel very comfortable with buying $100 worth of TBC. I am also getting very good at having people feel comfortable about buying $100 worth of TBC. You see, these are affirmations that directly relate to what you want to do, how you start a cash flow. You need to be confident in your mind that you are getting good at this. As long as you keep telling yourself that you're not good at it, then you are perpetuating your problem. You are perpetuating your problem because that is what you are telling the Father in secret. You are telling the Father in secret that I am a failure. I don't know how to do things. I can't make headways, and I don't know, that's not, the Father isn't going to be able to give you what you want when you are ordering the wrong parts. When you are ordering what you don't want, how do you expect to get what you want? Okay, so that is our lesson today as far as affirmations. Now I want to dive right into some of the mechanics of the TheBillionCoin, some of the mechanics of creating cash flow with it. Today, how should I say it? Days ago, yesterday, not yesterday, but I mean last year and so on, we, promoting the TheBillionCoin was easy when we could say, well, it's going up by 5 to 10% because, listen here, all right? Because people were beginning to learn about cryptocurrencies. And of course, they want to cash in on the ups and downs of cryptocurrencies. Well, TBC, the best way to cash in is to, you don't keep buying and selling. You buy some and you kind of hang on to it. Now, of course, we can sell it as well because of the Cookie Rewards program, the way it works. Now, how does it work? Well, the Cookie Rewards program, let's go over that for just a little bit here, okay? So the Cookie Rewards program, when you join TBC, you get about $2,000 worth of cookies. Now, are those cookies, is that coin? No, they are cookies at this point. And twice a year, TBC has a redemption period. During this redemption period, you can cash in your cookies for coin, whatever cookies you have accumulated. Okay, so then you can cash them into coin. So how do you accumulate cookies? All right, I'm actually kind of excited about this one because myself, I really like doing this. One of the ways of accumulating cookies is by doing broadcasts. Listen, if you are telling yourself that you can't do broadcasts, do you realize that we who broadcast, we get $80,000 worth of cookies for every broadcast we do? Isn't it, don't you think it's time you start telling yourself that I can do broadcasts? Just simply because of the value of a broadcast. And really, doing broadcast is not difficult because all we have to do is go to the blog and see what information there is and talk about it. That's really it. It's very, very simple, actually. Oh, thank you very much for those of you who joined me in the chat here. Crypto Magnet, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. Susie Harder, thank you very much for tuning in as well. I appreciate it very much. Crypto Magnet, if you'd like to jump on, or Susie, if you'd like to jump on, come on with me. That's fine. I'm open for that. Maybe you have some questions. I don't know, but anyways, I put the link there that if somebody wants to join me here, that's fine. No obligation, nothing, no pressure. Okay, so let us continue on and talking about this because now when you receive the gift, you know, when you've given the gift to people, and now one of the next steps, let's actually go to those steps. Why don't we just go right to those steps? And oops. I forgot to share the screen here because I won't be able to show you what I'm doing. All right, so share the screen, and now we want to go to, okay, this is actually not really the page for those steps, but I went to this page because I wanted to go over some of the stuff here. All right, so here we have the page about you know, creating cash flow, and look at the how scalable, you know, you just look at this image here and look at how scalable this cash flow really is. Now, I think what we might have a hard time realizing is that in TBC right now, we have many billions of dollars worth of cash flow available to be generated by, well, by all of us who are in TBC. I have never ever heard of an opportunity that had as much cash flow available in it as TBC does. And I say this because when you look at the numbers, of the cash flow that's available to be had here, to be generated, the numbers are really staggering because of how the system is put together. Now, I did not prepare myself to find the page with those numbers. I should have probably done that, and maybe it's on this page because I did not search that page out. I'll have to do that for a future broadcast. But here we have basic information on how to generate cash flow. And so today, when we do broadcast, or these days, it's all about creating cash flow. Because the simple fact is that pretty much every person on the planet can relate to creating cash flow. Almost everybody needs more or wants more money in their life. And that makes it very powerful for us to use that to, when we approach people, you know, with TBC. Instead of going and saying, oh, TBC is all this and all that, whatever, you know, they very quickly, you know, start yawning and looking for somebody else to say something. But when we can show them, when we can, you know, talk to them about creating some extra cash flow in their life, it all depends on how easily we can come to a point where we resonate with them, where we can, how should we say, get in the same vibes with them. This, for some people, is extremely easy. For others, we might have more to learn in order to do this. But in reality, it is actually easy anyways. It really is. It's just a matter of us tuning into that fact. And as I had mentioned in the outstart of this broadcast, if you have no clue how to do that, how to tune in and all of this stuff, well, start with affirmations. Because when you start with affirmations and you keep on dwelling on these affirmations, okay, you repeat it, what happens? What are you doing when you're repeating it so often in your mind? Because excuse me, because now when you're repeating that and you're telling yourself that you are getting good at it, and because that's what you want, because that's what you actually want, and you start telling yourself how good you're getting at this and how you can totally master this, what happens is it becomes reality. So how does that become reality? It's because now your mind is starting to open up to that, and so your subconscious is beginning to open up synchronicities for you, where it will lead you to the information. It will lead you to, the information that you need for it. It will guide you to the right people that will explain it to you. Whatever it is you need, your subconscious will open up the way for you. That's what affirmations do. That's what affirmations do. So when the Bible says, don't do vain repetitions as the heathen do, that means when you're you keep on praying for something and you're doing it without a purpose behind it, without, what I mean by a purpose behind it. Okay, here's the deal. When you are doing this with a purpose, with understanding, then you know that this is going to open up. This is going to get me to be able to do what I otherwise don't know how to do. Because as I affirm it in myself, as I keep talking to the Father, saying that I am good at this, I am getting good at this, the Father then leads the way. Okay? That's how it works. That's how it works. And if we do it without understanding, or we blindly keep on asking, keep on praying for something that we figure somehow mysterious, in some mysterious way, it will happen without my understanding, I'm not here to tell you that can't happen. That's not my point. I mean, if we whatever we truly believe is we are creating, right? But if we do it with understanding, the results follow. They do. They just follow. All right. So the information here on this post is great information. How you build, how you can build. What's the, this tree here, it breaks it down as such simple ideas, showing how the tree brings its fruit, right? And stuff like that. And of course, we have other posts here as well. So there's tremendous information on the blog about everything that we need to help us, right? So let's go through some of this information. So we have this here, the scalable part of it, and then it says here is a true principle. Limitations are generally self-imposed. Wow, isn't that so incredibly true? What are you doing when you are saying to yourself, I can't do broadcasts? I don't know how to do broadcasts. What are you doing? Limitations are self-imposed. All right. Okay, so see the poster above. All 6 of them, all 6 of these achievements are within reach of each of you over the next 12 months. Our objective of gathering 1 billion paid members will open up to the opportunity to flood the TBC community with over $100 billion of income to be shared among the builders. Okay, so this is that post that I wanted. I wasn't at first. I wasn't sure if this was the post because I didn't read it just today, just ahead of this, and so. But this is exactly what he's saying. I mean, 100 billion. Can you imagine the amount of money that is? Well, that is to be shared among its builders. And so now I'm going to say something here that I'm going to just toss it in and say what I did. And looking back now, I wouldn't do it exactly like that again. But but I quit my job some time ago. That's probably almost a year ago now. I quit my job to do TBC, and I expected that it was just going to be very easy, and I wasn't going to, I didn't expect the learning curve to be as big and stuff like that. And I wouldn't really recommend, or I'll say it this way, if I had a second chance at starting it, I wouldn't do it the same this time. I would hang on to my job longer so that while I'm learning to do this. But I didn't, and so it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle while I'm learning. And but I have now been living off of TBC with, just in the TBC, by selling it, by providing tools, by doing things, is how I have made my living. And it's been great. It's been challenging, but it's also been great. And now that we have the cash flow training, which we didn't have before, we had many. There were other opportunities, other ways of doing it, which I believe didn't work as good as it does with this. And when the cash flow training at first started, I wasn't on board right away with it. I am not quite sure why I was hesitant, but I was. And now that I am taking that course, all I can say is, yeah, I should have jumped on board right away. I think I posted a post this morning on Facebook that said something like, don't waste your good mistakes. Don't waste your good mistakes. You see, There are no bad mistakes. There are no bad mistakes. The only bad mistake, if you have a bad mistake, well, that's a problem because you need to turn it into a good one. So how do we do that? Well, by learning from it. We learn, take every mistake, take it as a valuable lesson, because that's where the value in a mistake is. There's really nothing bad can happen to you, not even mistakes you make. Everything is good. Everything is good, because what is a mistake you can learn from. So there's the valuable lesson, so that makes it good. All right, so anyhow, here he goes on and tells us how much money there is to be made with TBC. These are huge numbers. Okay, so a single $100 purchase by each of these members will result in either turning these members into millionaires or billionaires through the cookie rewards system. Okay, and this is very valuable information. Here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. It's very simple. Just think of it this way. If you buy $100 worth of cookies, of coin, sorry, if you buy $100 worth of coin, that automatically turns you into a millionaire or a billionaire. Okay, so what's the difference? How a billionaire or a millionaire, right? How? If you don't do broadcast, which is actually very easy, very simple, and I'll get to that a little bit later. But the very simple difference is that if you don't do a broadcast, you become a millionaire. If you do a broadcast, you become a billionaire from that $100 purchase. You see, I thought I knew everything that there was to be known about TBC. I thought I understood all of it. Well, this is something that I didn't understand. This is something that I didn't understand. So that's the difference. Now let me tell you a little bit, because this is the difference. If between a broadcaster or just buying $100 worth. Now, millionaire status, yeah, millionaire status is pretty good. But when you think about the difference that you can make in the world for humanity, if you have a passion at all about helping people, then you would quickly realize that becoming a billionaire gives you a whole lot more options than just becoming a millionaire. So I'll let you chew on that for yourself. All right, so the Cookie Rewards program or system. So, but that's the difference between that. So consider the following about how great the TBC opportunity is for our members, right? Who else is supplying you with unlimited gifts to unlimited gifts to give away, valued at over $2,000? Hey, let's face it. Have you ever seen a company? Have you ever been with a company that says, look, you know what? Guys, here, go and share these gifts of over $2,000 worth. Share it with everybody you know. Okay, that's I've never heard of anyone that did that except for TBC. Where else can you go to acquire millionaire or billionaire status from just $100 purchase? Hey, let's face it, there isn't anywhere else. Okay, there isn't anywhere else. Is there an easier way to do, an easier way to do back-to-back $100 transactions on a daily basis? Not really. Not really. There may be some businesses that maybe it could be possible. I don't know, but it definitely is available here. Okay, how hard is it to find 100% commission opportunity that offers immediate daily pay? Yeah, these are very, very good questions. These are very good questions. I could go on and on pointing out the unique value found within the TBC opportunity. There is nothing even close to this opportunity to make a comparison. It blows away everything else by comparison. When people do make the comparison to the other things they have been doing to earn an income, the points. Okay, so these are points that now how do we do this? Kind of lost my train of thought on account of that interruption. All right, so okay, so when people do make these comparisons to the other things they have been doing to earn an income, the points made in the following chart become very clear. All right. So I some time ago I did a broadcast just on these points here, and I would encourage you to really go on the blog and go through this, with a fine-tooth comb, and see for yourself and judge for yourself how true this is. So now my encouragement to a person who is in TBC and is very busy making a living otherwise than TBC, and you are in TBC, my encouragement would be to learn the cash flow system, and then switch your living over to doing it with TBC. But instead of just doing what I did, quitting, that is not my recommendation if you realize that you have a huge learning curve. So I would say to get into that learning curve first and get at least some degree of confidence, and then I would recommend to literally just switch over, do it in faith, believe, just simply believe, and as you do it and believe, and you truly, in faith, you will get all the support you need. Everything will happen for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Because as thou hast believed, so is it done unto thee, right? So, again, there is very good information here further. And I, as we go through this whole blog post, I think my time is probably getting close to to be at the 30 minutes. Let me just check, because right, where are we here? I think that shows. Yes. I kind of figured that. I'm probably over already again. All right. So anyhow, we'll close it off here. So I just wanted to show you that you can very easily. It almost doesn't matter what you're doing currently for a living. It's very likely that you can come on board at TBC and double or even triple the income that you currently are creating. Yes, it's quite possible because of the scalability that's available here in TBC. So, of course, you'll have to make your own decisions on that, right? Okay, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, Jacob. Thank you for tuning in, by the way. But it seemed like I don't know what that was. Was that a video call on WhatsApp or whatever? But it was kind of in the middle of my broadcast, so is why I didn't answer it. All right. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it very much. And I wish you a wonderful day. I wish you a wonderful day. And so with that said, I'll be signing off.